Well, this was my last review for 2019. Ended on a high note. So, Jojo Rabbit is the new movie by Taika Waititi, which is the new name in Hollywood which people can't seem to pronounce correctly, so I hope I did. Anyway, he's made a few movies now, and I really liked Hunt for the Wilder People. Thor Ragnarok is going to be tough to beat for Marvel, so honestly, when I found out he was making a movie about my people, the Germans, I was naturally excited. And if you're gonna go see this movie, you should be excited as well. This movie was great. It did an excellent job at bringing humor to an otherwise very dark topic. It brings a 10-year-old innocence to otherwise tragic events, which is often very difficult to do, and Taika Waititi nails it. I think this movie is a sort of sample of how you should make Nazi movies with humor in it. Well, this movie and, of course, Inglourious Basterds.
Lieutenant Aldo Rain. These are the bastards. Ever heard of us? We just want to say we're a big fan of your work. When it comes to killing Nazis.
The acting in this movie was great. It had an ensemble cast filled with drama actors like Sam Rockwell, comedy actors like Rebel Wilson and Stephen Merchant, and Scarlett Johansson, which is always a pleasure to see on screen. And of course Taika Waititi, who plays Kiwi Hitler, and all the kiddos involved were all excellent in this movie. Now, a lot of actors in this movie play like highly satirical characters, but a few like Scarlett Johansson and Thomasin McKenzie, who was the Jew girl, really the main focus for the movie's heavier moments, which there are. And when the heavier moments hit, they're heavy, and I choked up in one scene in particular. And of course, one of JoJo's friends, he's great. This kid, my god, he's funny. And of course, the actor of JoJo himself also crushed it. Taika Waititi as a director and as a writer nailed making a Nazi satire movie. The opening few scenes of this movie are over-the-top funny, and this sort of atmosphere is carried throughout the whole movie by Rebel Wilson, who does as Rebel Wilson does, using her many Rebel Wilsonisms, all the way to the final moments of the movie, which once again are somewhat over-the-top satirical like this movie as a whole was. This movie also a lot kind of reminds me of a Wes Anderson movie, just some of the satire and the relationship between JoJo and the Jew girl really kind of feels like a Wes Anderson type boy and girl relationship. The whole movie kind of has this weird Wes Anderson-ish tone throughout it, and hey, I like Wes Anderson, what can I say? Wes Anderson's great. Overall, this movie was great. The sarcastic comedy and satire made me laugh throughout the whole movie, except for when it wants to get heavy, in which case it gets quite sad. So overall, I really enjoyed this movie, and you will too. Go see it in a cinema near you. Genius, that even rhymed. Guys, thank you so much for watching my final review of the year. Not my final video, I've still got ranking all the movies I reviewed this year in cinema, all the movies I reviewed this year from worst to best. So that'll be coming out the next few days. You can call it a year in review. And I'll see you all then. Thanks. Bye. Also, this new camera is way too much fun not to play around with.